it's Elliot from the studio, and this is a 6-week challenge reset beginner basics video. So we are here to talk about the basic lunges, squats, burpees, basic moves that we use throughout all of our 6-week challenge videos and in most of our classes. This is Erin, my fellow trainer at the studio, and she's going to show the modifications for you. So the first thing is the squat. You want to make sure your hips are going back, your knees never go over your toes, so maybe give them a side angle as well. Hips come back, knees stay behind your toes, so they track right behind, and you should try to get as low as possible. The best way to get your glutes activated is to go really low. Perfect. Thank you, Erin. And then the next one that we're going to work on is lunges. Let's do a simple back lunge. Lunges can go both ways. They can go forward or back. Sometimes people have a tendency to go to one more naturally than others. I personally prefer the back lunge. That's the one I always go to. Which one do you go to? The back. The back. Always go back. I don't know. So in a back lunge, you want to step back far enough so that your knee comes down at a 90-degree angle, and this front knee is also at a 90-degree angle. Again, the knee never going over the toe. All right, the next potential lunge that we might have is a side lunge. So a side lunge, same concept. We're going to step all the way across, hips go back, butt goes all the way towards the back wall, and you make sure that your thigh is as parallel to the floor as possible. And then let's see, burpees. Anything on your hands. We have the dumbbells here so that if you have wrist problems, sometimes it helps to hold on to something. That's a burpee. That's a very basic burpee. And that's with the dumbbells. Perfect. Now, if you go into this ball sideways for me, we can talk about the shoulder position. It has to be over your wrists and making sure that your head is coming forward and your eyes are about here, I would say. Show them a bad one. Show them one where your eyes are behind you and your neck is down and then your hips are falling down. Falling apart here, right? Hips come up, neck goes straight and neutral, back is flat. That's what I want. All right. Did we miss any? Anything jumping related? Yes. So let's talk about the actual modifications of those forms. If there's anything jumping related, there's always the option of stepping. Now, that means from jumping lunges, jumping squats, jump squats, or burpees. For example, the burpee, we can put our hands on the floor and step back and step forward and stand up. A progression of that would be hands on the floor, stepping back, and jumping forward and standing up. A progression of that would be hands on the floor, jumping back, and jumping forward. So depending on where you are, maybe on the first week you stay with the first part of it. The second week you move up to jumping forward. And the third week you jump back and you jump forward. It's all good stuff as long as you're moving, it works. Modifications for squat jumps and then lunge jumps. Let's do squat jumps. What I want is just a big squat. So you're just gonna go down and then you're gonna reach up. As the modification. All right. So down and then up. So that was the actual move, right? The squat jump is what Erin did. We switched roles for a second. So let's see the squat jump again. Jump, yes. Okay. That's the squat jump. Now, the modification of the squat jump is on your toes. All the way up, perfect. Still gets the heart rate up, and then eventually you can start to jump. Let's do lunges.
Regular lunge jump?
Lunge first, and then a lunge jump, where you switch legs, perfect. And then a step down from that would be a 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then the beginner level would be to just step back into a lunge. Or the static lunge, where you step back and you lunge in place. All of those work. Whenever I say lunges, anything related to lunges, you can do any of those moves. So if I'm doing just lunges and you want to do lunge jumps, by all means, do it, right? It's all about your level of athleticism. Do we miss any? Push-ups. Let's talk about push-ups. Okay, so when you're in a push-up position, you can start and show us a real push-up. It's not a girl push-up versus boy push-up, it's just a push-up, right? So a step down would be knees on the floor and a push-up. A step down from that would be if your hands are a little bit wider, so you're a little bit more balanced. All right, so now so this is the beginner level. Now I want you to look at Erin's hands. They are right outside. They're not like this, right? They're not too far out. Show them like a, what I don't want to see is like, I'm trying to think of how I can explain it. This.
Or this.
Yeah, or that. None of that. None of that. Just think about it this way. If you were to fall, if somebody were to push you and you were to fall, you would land like this, right? Your elbows are about 45 degrees from your chest. That's where I want your push-up position to be. Now, as you get more comfortable and you get stronger, maybe you go from both knees on the floor to one knee on the floor, and you do a push-up. And then you put both knees up and you put your toes on the floor and you try it again. Doesn't have to happen in all in 1 week, and you can always do it on dumbbells if your hands or wrists have trouble. We do a lot of things on the floor, and whenever I say jump back or a plank jack, we can do steps just like we did for the burpees. Plank jacks in particular look like that. Okay, that's pretty much all we have. I'm not going to do anything too crazy in these 6-week videos. You might do a handstand push-up. Just kidding. We will keep it to the basics of what we talked about. And if you ever have any trouble doing it that day, maybe take it a step down and then push yourself the next day. It's all about working hard and just keep on moving. All right, guys, see you soon.